March 31st, 2008. A user who goes by Icy Fresh makes a game called Underground Base. Inside, you'll find a familiar map consisting of many early Roblox assets and scripts, some assets even coming from games like Half-Life. Using the Wayback Machine, around 2015, the game actually saw success, gaining over 100,000 visits in 2015. On April 28, 2010, a model was uploaded to the Roblox toolbox simply called the Underground Base, being an exact replica of that map. On April 29, 2014, a new game began development called Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51, with the game being fully released in around 2015. The game used the same base shown in the previous game, the Underground Base, but it also added a unique feature that you probably know by now. This feature were the killers. Despite the killer's AI being fine, dated by today's standards, it was actually pretty good for 2015. And believe it or not, this is what a horror game was in 2015. All you had to do was add a bit of atmosphere and something trying to kill you, and boom, horror game. This game premise was as follows. You were sent by the military to go to Area 51 and kill all of the killers in there. The killers were Jeff the Killer, Slenderman, Ghostface, Freddy Krueger, the zombie, who also appeared in the original Underground Base game, and Jason Voorhees. All of these killers were very basic in terms of design and AI, and they really just kind of chase you around until they kill you. Not even any walk animations or anything. This game had some custom animations, albeit they're not the best. Just 6 months later, in 2016, the game actually took off, getting over 8 million visits. Oh my god, I hate that number. Alongside this success, the game added more custom rooms and new killers. God, Michael Myers looks beautiful. After the crowning success of Michael Myers, the dev added Leatherface, the Alien, Eyeless Jack, and Chucky, keeping the theme of horror movie characters and creepypastas in the game. By 2016, the killers actually had animations too, and the game began to feel more fleshed out. The map also expanded upon from just being the Underground Base game again, with more rooms and stuff. We also can't forget about the brand new killer, oh my god, what is that? I had no idea what the devs were cooking with design, but moving on from that. However, around this time a new problem occurred. Area 51 is a free model. Anybody can use that map. Any game could just take this game and recreate it without a thought in the world. I'll touch on that later, but games using Area 51 and just slapping something new on it were already popping up. Literally, while finding footage for this video, I found so many games in 2016 using Area 51 because of the game's success. Look at these top-notch 2115 games. Can you survive Epic Slenderman? That's so scary. The Apocalypse. Can you survive Mario in Area 51? 9 playing. That's 9 people that played the best game on Roblox. Anyways, going into 2017, the game's visits and players were going up significantly. In just 9 months, Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51 had gained over 29 million visits, which is crazy. People could not get enough of this goofy game where you shoot killers until they die. By now, this game was immensely popular. Roblox players kept eating it up, new rooms were being added. Sonic.exe was in this game. Sonic.exe was in the game, for crying out loud. This game was trying to add lore. The Roblox in 2015 lore. Hashtag better than Forsaken lore. By now, a lot of this game's problems were being fleshed out, like many of the bugs and the character models. Oh my god, why does the rake still look like that? I'd also like to point out that this year, an actually unique killer released. Yes, this killer is Jane the Killer, who isn't even really a killer. Most of the time, she just does nothing and sits around, but if you bring Jeff the Killer to her, she kills him. By July 31st, 2018, Survive and Kill the Killers in Area 51 had a whopping 168 million visits and about 3,000 active players regularly, which in 2018 was crazy. In only 3 years, on July 18th, 2018, Area 51 had its biggest update yet. It not only added Pennywise and Granny, but also a brand new mode. The mode was to play as the killer. You, yes you, got to be the killer in Area 51. A concept that would totally never be brought back in Roblox history, and never, ever again. Like, oh, that's such a crazy concept. You get to play as the killer, and you kill, survive. Wow, that's crazy. But not only did this idea completely revolutionize this game as a whole, but this update brought in millions upon millions of new players. This game even added a new boss fight. Just a year later, in 2019, the game has reached over 300 million visits. And, oh god, thank god, the rake model finally got replaced, and it actually looks decent now. Into 2020, the game has reached over 600 million visits. However, in 2020, a brand new problem has occurred. A new subgenre of games called the survival, the blank, the killer games were popping up. Very grammatically correct. They were all just copy and pasted games of a random character trying to kill you in a treehouse in the middle of nowhere. These games were everywhere, and you could not escape them, and were super popular for no reason. And I actually remember this pandemic of games. It was really weird. Now, unfortunately, this pandemic has reached Area 51, as I mentioned prior. It was really easy to get the Area 51 model and then just slap a new killer over it. But what I forgot to mention about these games is that it lost everything those exact big games from 2015 had. Soul. In the mid-2010s, these games were trying to be the next big thing. They were funny little games a random developer made. Like, do you really think Survive the Epic Slenderman and Area 51 was trying to be the next big Stop It Slender 2? No, it wasn't. These games made in the 2020s are trying to be cash grabs and literal brain rot. This was made even worse by the fact that the real Area 51 game has gotten barely any updates through the 2020s. As far as I'm aware, only 7 killers has been released in the 2020s so far, with only 4 sticking to the game's original identity of horror movie characters and creepypastas. Smile Dog, Wendigo, Jack Torrance, and Aoani. With the real game using players, it was really easy to just slap an image over Area 51, add a bunch of pay-to-win cash grab mechanics, then make bank. It's actually really sad how a decent game has evolved into literal brain rot. Like, oh boy, I sure do love Survive 6-7 in Area 51, or Survive Brain Rot Funk in Area 51. In fact, let's hop into one of these games. Alright guys, let's just search up Area 51. No, we're not gonna play this one though. We're not gonna play this one. We're not gonna play any of these. We're gonna play Survive Italian Brain Rot in Area 51. Oh boy, I can't wait to play this game. Oh boy, it's worse than I thought. Okay, what? No, I don't want to buy VIP. Become a killer. No, I don't care. Now they're giving me a bunch of badges. People are gonna know that I play this game. If game passes, I don't want to. Why would I want to become a killer? I can do that for free in the real game. Ladder's broken. You can't escape. Okay. Yep, that's some cash grabs if I've ever seen one. Is this the scary killer we're going up against? I am genuinely shaking in my boots right now. I am shaking in my boots right now. I am terrified out of my mind, bro. Look at what scary killers we're gonna... Oh, no, wait, no, let me guess. I have to put in 6-7 and it gets released. 6-7. And then how'd that out? I'm surprised. If you see me in 5 years playing these games as videos, then just know it's for the money. This game doesn't know how to make an actual ladder, so it has to put trust for everything. This is so bad. I'm getting all these badges. I don't want these badges. This is actually one of the worst games I've ever played, and I'm not even joking. And I played Grow a Garden. I have to leave. I'm gonna puke. That was an experience. it's not all lost for Area 51. Forsaken seems to make everything that it has popular. Like, who do you think cared about Horror Hotel before Forsaken? Nobody. And Forsaken recently added Slasher, which is a Jason redesign. And in his lore, him, Jeff the Killer, and Slenderman escaped Area 51, alongside Area 51 being an upcoming map. So, is Area 51 going to make a comeback? I really don't think so, but you got to be optimistic. Anyways, that's all for today. I actually wanted to put some time into making a video for once and make this one fully scripted and cool, you know? Area 51 was always one of my favorite games on Roblox. On my old channel, I made like 10 of those, and they were all equally dumb. I made 10 videos on that game. Anyways, that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my first who is or what is kind of video. These were inspired by Balls Necrosis, fire name by the way, and I'm planning to do more in the future. And I'd like to do ones like what is a Built to Survive game, what is Light Bulb, who is Bear. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, see you next time.